Alright, so this is just something I've been working on. I mocked it up with some cardboard, and then I mocked it up with some construction paper. And now I got some like 24 gauge sheet metal, just something nice and flexible, easy to cut, that I can manipulate while I'm still figuring out the exact shape of everything. But I narrowed it down a little bit more just because 2.25 inch flare is still a bit much, especially considering most rally wheels are going to be like a 40 plus offset, and you really don't want to run spacers whenever your car is going to be going through the kind of terrain that this thing's going to be going through. So all right, we got our metal in. Gotta hold off waiting on a different welder for now. In the meantime, I want to get these back seats pulled out because currently the trunk is won't open and the latch broke. So we're gonna rip these seats out, and then they're gonna stay out. We don't need them, but might even, if we have any metal left over from this, maybe make a rear seat delete. Yeah, this thing was definitely raced. I'm pretty sure there's dirt in every nook and cranny. All right, so I'm gonna crawl back in here. Woo! This is a Michigan car, and it actually doesn't have, like, it's not rotten. There's that little bit of rot on the wheel wells and stuff, but like, you think a car from Michigan would be like the epitome of the Rust Belt. All right, before we get these fenders rolling again, we went and we did some driving in this thing, and I learned I need to cut the whole front bumper along the bottom, because as you can see, it likes to bottom out when you try to go off jumps. We ripped the bumper off like 3 times. So we got the handy dandy zip ties holding her on now. I have no idea where the rubber bands went, but they're working, holding strong. All right, so I'm gonna get these templates traced out on a piece of metal. I'm gonna do one, and then once I get it all fitted up and I make sure that this one's right on this side, then I'll use it on the other side too. But for right now, I'm just gonna start with the one, and then move on from there. I got my first piece cut out. I'll take it to work tomorrow and use the bender, and then get all my bends and everything and put it on and line her up tomorrow. I already got the sheet marked. Now I just gotta bend it here. Would you look at that? Time for the second bend. All right, we got the top and the bottom folded. So I left a little bit of room so that way I can trim it to fit the shape of the car. I know the car's not a perfect straight body line, but all right, so we got the first test fit with the permanent steel flare here. It's taking a little bit of work to get it to where it's lining up with the fender, but we're getting there. I just got to trim a little bit more on this side here and get it pretty close. Obviously, we're going to use some body filler to close up any imperfections, but I mean, as for right now, I'd say we're looking pretty good shape-wise. All right, so now I'm gonna get it cleaned up a little bit, fix that a little piece there, smooth this out, and then get it scuffed so that we can start welding. All right, we got it tacked on. Still trying to figure out the settings on the welder, but it's on there. It's not going anywhere. Nobody's gonna see it. Yeah, let's not zoom in. But yeah, they're on there. They're solid. I just got 3 more to go. All right, I got the rear traced out, so I'm gonna get it cut and try to hold it up and see how well it's gonna fit. All right, so we are back here with the sheet metal and about to use the bender again. I did not cut this piece as well, as you can tell, but still gonna try and line it up the best I can. You can always shave it clean with the flap wheel. All right, we got piece number 2 bent and ready to fit up to the car. All right, so I got this one welded on. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to trim this here for the door so I can still use it. But I'd say that's it for right now, and I guess I'll start the other side here, and after I get all that done, we'll get into some body work. All right, I got this side prepped and ready to go. I'll be starting on the back here soon, but kind of in the home stretch of getting these things on the car before getting into this body work here. All right, so I got this side done, and I got this side done. I'm not too proud of this side. I don't know what I had going on here, but yeah, not my best work. That's it for part 2, so I guess I'll see you next time.